Excited to kick off this first video on my channel called From Curb to Cash. It's going to be documenting my journey through furniture flipping. It's something I've wanted to do for a really long time. I've been furniture flipping since right around when COVID kicked off, and I've always kind of documented bits and pieces, but I've never really been able to show the process like I wanted to here. From picking up the pieces, meeting with clients, refinishing the pieces, showing different options for how you can go about approaching that. I've been through a lot of things where I've learned from my mistakes. I will probably continue to show you mistakes that you see on a daily basis when you're doing this side of the business. And again, I've always wanted to showcase this to an audience so that people, maybe they're looking for some sort of side hustle, maybe making a little bit of extra income on a monthly basis, can go out and do things that are passionate and artistic in this way. And so excited to share this journey with you. I figured no better time, unfortunately, this morning. I got laid off by my company along with a lot of other great members of the team across the company today. And for the longest time I was putting off this video. So I figured what better day than today to get off my feet, start showing the process. So I'm going to be taking you along on the journey. You're going to be seeing videos again of me going to pick up pieces. You're going to show you pieces being finished, how I go through that process, and then more so, I think the impact is going to be the business side of it. What is the material cost? How much did I spend on buying the piece of furniture? How do I look for specific good pieces? What is the revenue that I look for on a monthly basis? And just kind of take you through that journey. So excited to have you along the way. Lots of videos are going to be coming out the pipeline. So stay tuned, but yeah, let's get started. All right, folks, before we get started, gonna be, again, mainly focusing on the project, walking you through exactly what I'm planning on doing here. I do want to kind of show you some of the things I bought early on that helped me get started right away. Took me kind of some things throughout the last couple of years to figure out like what I liked and what I didn't like. When you're starting this, if you're starting to get into furniture flipping, a good just standard orbital sander is huge and successfully helpful for sanding your projects down. Furniture dolly, because the shit is usually very, very heavy, so being able to get it around easily. Paint sprayer, for safety reasons, a lot of times you're working with either spray paints, regular paints, sanding, dust from that can just kind of really mess up your lungs, so making sure to have some sort of mask of some sort. This thing has been with me for like 4 or 5 years now, my Wagner spray gun. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's super clean finish when it comes to a sprayer, super easy as far as an industry starter. I usually go with this kind of fine finish one that I do most of my projects with. You'll see the kind of finish as we work through this thing. And then favorite brands, I'm a Home Depot guy. I like Sherwin-Williams as well, but I usually buy a lot of things from Behr. I really like their recent urethane alkali, especially because it comes in water-based, which makes cleanup super easy. Obviously, always looking for water-based paints for when I'm flipping furniture, just because it's easier to clean up. This multi-surface blocking primer, so when you're wanting to scuff sand and then prime, which I'll show you in a little bit here, having this on hand, it's also water-based, it's awesome. Leads to a very sticky surface for the paint so that it's a very durable finish. And then again, a lot of times I'll do my hardware in either this metallic gold Rust-Oleum spray paint, hard finish on it. It's super pretty when you do a root finish on a lot of the hardware using this spray paint. And then I'd say the last two things are a good just paintbrush, obviously, for touching up certain things. And then this Retique It by Triple Teak. Again, none of this is sponsored at all, but I absolutely love this stuff. I apply it with a foam brush. Usually do it to the top. It just leaves a really glossy, high finish surface protectant. So shout out to Triple Teak, awesome brand. And then when you are wrapping your furniture, we'll show you that process as we go. Hopefully get this thing sold pretty quick once I flip it. Making sure to have just one of these standard things to wrap up the furniture if you're ever doing a delivery for it. This is great, but don't want to get too much into the weeds. I'm going to walk you through a little bit of what we're doing here today. For this piece, I am going to, because this is unfortunately not a real hardwood up on top, otherwise I would have loved to have sanded it. I always love to have kind of like the contrast finish on the top, but I'm going to end up painting this top as well as the perimeter in this urethane alkali black finish from Behr. I want to keep the inserts on this component and the doors this natural color just because I think it looks really pretty and it'll offset to the black surrounding. And then I am going to, again, I kind of jumped ahead of myself. I took off the base. It was an ugly black base under this before. I'm going to build a base. I'll show you guys how I do that. Essentially, I'm going to build a pretty base that's added to this out of some of this poplar. Super strong, super easy to stain. So I'm gonna figure out what kind of stain I wanna do on this and show you guys that. But I'll walk you through the process on how I go about building a base for this. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Let's start with the fun process, taping everything off and go from there. Thanks. Alright, first step with every project, scuff sanding. So I'm gonna walk you through that process, pretty straightforward. Scuff sanding, again, is just kind of creating a little bit of grooves in the surface. It helps with paint adhering to it. I've done projects before where early on I did not scuff sand either as well as I should, or essentially didn't do this before, maybe applying a primer as well. You can usually just apply that primer, but I'm going to scuff sand this one just so that, again, we get a good here.
I did it all for you, baby, it's all for you. No, no, no.
Alright, scuff sand is done. Now taping done. We're going to tape off all these panels. Again, I don't want to get any type of paint on this. Just make sure that it's secure. I'm not going to go too excessive. I feel like as long as I just get the perimeter with a pretty clean line, and then making sure I'm hitting the spray at a specific angle, you're going to be able to get this a smooth finish. But we'll go ahead and show off some taping. Pretty straightforward. Projects, I always take off the hardware. It just makes things easier long term, so that one, you're not getting paint on it, and two, just gets things out of the way for you. Also, if you're gonna eventually maybe just repaint it, doing it off the piece obviously makes more sense. Sweet. All right, taping is done, scuff sanding is done. Time to start applying that primer. It's lunchtime, need a little break. Oh, hi there, Maxie. While you're seeing it, this is our puppies, Max, Tony. Welcome to the channel, boys. And then our very lovely friend Milo down there as well, the sweetest man of all time. Okay, so what we've done so far is scuff sanded the face, which is great. We've already got that done. Got it all taped off. About to apply the primer so that it can bond with the paint. So I'm going to show you guys that next after I get some food in my stomach. But again, all in, probably about maybe 15-20 minutes worth of work so far. Gonna keep going through the process with you guys and show you the next step. All right, next thing we're gonna do is the primer. Again, I usually use this one. I found that it's been awesome multi-surface stain block and primer. Great for adding it to like these wood pieces. Sticks super well. Helps with adherence to future paint that you're gonna be putting on here as well. What I always like to do, is one, make sure you stir it up. Two, what the shit is that? Right. Make sure to always stir up the paint. If you are going to put any of this primer in, I always recommend a little bit of filtering first. You can pick these up. They're called TPC Global. 119 micron, super awesome for filtering paint, just to make sure there's any like leftover pieces or clumps in this. Super good to filter that out before you do spray this on. Stir. I'm also going to add a little bit of water in here after I pour some paint. The other thing, a couple bucks at Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever your hardware store is for the buckets that don't have its own little lid. Just snaps in here. Makes it so you have a nice little pour spout to pour this on. Okay, so we got the primer done. Another learning thing, I had some leftover cardboard. I didn't want to have to use that much more tape, so just kind of applied that so that it'll protect the doors that I want to keep wood in. But we got the first coat of primer on. It's honestly all it's gonna need. I'm gonna let that dry for a little bit, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start mixing up that black paint, and we'll start getting this thing painted black. And outside of that, it's gonna be moving on to showing you guys how we build this base. So while it is drying, I actually might just go ahead and start setting that up and show you guys how we would get that going from there. All right, we got the second coat of black paint sprayed on here. It's looking good. I'm gonna let this dry for a while and then do a light scuff sand on the top, just because we are starting to see a little bit of texture on the top. But other than that, it's looking pretty clean. Excited to pull this off and put the legs on after this. All right, guys, we got the last part done. There was some just pieces from when I had to lay it on its back that I ended up having to do a little scuff sand. Do it usually with a sanding block at like 320 grit is usually what I will do, just to kind of get a smooth, soft top. And then I'm gonna do one more clean, and then honestly, we should be good to go. As long as we don't need to clean up the drawer fronts, we'll be ready to start essentially staging this up and getting ready for sales, and I'll walk you guys through that. And this is the finished product. I think it turned out exactly how I imagined. I ended up actually doing a mock-up of it before I even started on it, and it's exactly what I envisioned for the product. Something I think I'd love to have in my own home, and so that's one thing I love about this furniture flipping is you can put something in your mind, come up with something beautiful like this, and hopefully put some life back into this piece that might have gone in the trash. So in my next video, make sure to follow along. I'm going to be walking you guys through what I spent on the piece itself, what I spent on materials, how many hours I spent on it, what I'm posting it for on Facebook Marketplace and expecting to get in a return, what that posting might look like as well, and then I'm going to show you all the way through the journey of hopefully somebody picking this up for their forever home. But continue to follow along, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.
Anywhere, anyway, baby, just name the time. When I'ma come through, girl, you got me cruising on the moonlight. Top down, playing new sounds while the wind blows over it. Checking my maps, heading a stack, keep it intact. Do me a favor, girl. Can you keep it warm for me, keep it on for me like a shower? I need it to run for me, hold it down till I'm pulling up. I finally made it, girl. And I'm at the door, see you walking up to me, and you got something that's showing what's underneath. Still you expect me to make it do pleasantries, baby, I'm yours. Love what you got on, but I want it all for you. We can play a song while I'm holding on to you. Rubbing in the hallway, no use for all the rooms. So what you wanna do? And she told me, she said it's all for you. I did it all for you. Baby, it's all for you. No, no, no. She said it's all for you. I did it all for you. Baby, it's all for you. No, no, no. We could catch a vibe here on this trip. I'm in your soul, you're on my head. I want you at my fingertips all night, all night. Love what you got on, but I want it all for you. We can play a song while I'm holding on to you. Rub it in the hallway, no use for all the rooms. So what you wanna do? And she told me, she said it's all for you. I did it all for you. Baby, it's all for you. No, no, no.